Hello and welcome back to this new update of SAS Viya. This time we are looking at the new welcome page of SAS Viya, take a look how we can annotate columns and so much more. Let's dive right into it. This is the new SAS Viya landing page, or the Welcome to SAS Viya page, where you will be landing when you open up SAS Viya for the first time. If you've already logged in previously, you can find it in the Welcome to SAS Viya in your main menu, but it will take you to your previous applications. Now, this Welcome to SAS Viya page offers a variety of tools to get you started more quickly. First up, there is overview videos of the different main applications within your environment that you can easily access from here and watch right from your browser. In addition, you can go ahead and change the settings so you can choose where you want to log into the next time. So my favorite one is the application I last signed out of, so I get returned where I left off the last day, for example. Of course, as an administrator, you can also set a default landing application if you don't want your users to end in the SAS landing page. Now, from the SAS landing page, you can of course also access the main menu. And down here in the bottom, you can see the Welcome to SAS Viya, which always takes you back to this landing page. From here, you can quickly jump into all the different applications within SAS Viya to make use of them as we are known to. Now, for our next update, let's use this main menu to jump into SAS Information Catalog, where a cool new feature has been added. As you can see, I've pre-opened a table called HMEQ here, and what we can now do is notes to specific columns when we are in the column analysis tab, which we already are. Now, to do this, you click on the column that you want to add a note to, and then here on the right hand side, switch from the Properties pane to the Annotations pane, where you can now add notes. Now, notes are in addition to terms that you can add via the glossary, where glossary notes are more general and apply probably to multiple columns across multiple tables. Notes are something that is very specific to this explicit column. This can be used, for example, to communicate specific information about this column. Let's say, well, up until 2020, this data was provided by an old system, and thus the data quality can never reach X. Or you could also use it to add additional context around specific values, meaning, for example, 0 means that the credit is good, 1 means that the credit is bad. Now, this is of course something you can also add in labels, but here you have a lot more room to expand on your forts, dive deeper, or give additional context around data quality measures or certain notes around thresholds that you never want to see hit, or how to handle outliers within that column. You can see that the note has been saved, and we can see who created it and who last modified it. We can copy it to our clipboard, to example, document it somewhere else, and of course we can edit that note further. As you can also see, an additional icon has been added to that specific column, and if you hover over it, you can read that note. Now, these notes are consistent across all three tabs, so you can make sure that people have the full context around your different columns. This is a super helpful feature that can elevate the potential understanding in your organization and help to communicate knowledge that is usually just within the heads of a few data owners to be able to more broadly disseminate that information. Now, let's again use the main menu to switch over to SAS Studio, where we will take a look at the new steps that have been added in the last month. The first are two in the statistics category. For hierarchical clustering and k-means clustering, we have a new aggregate loss models step in the econometrics category. And then a cool step that I want to talk about a bit more in detail in the transform data category is recode values. Now this is a super awesome step that lets you quickly recode values of one column to a new column that can, for example, be used to turn character labels into numeric features that you can then use, for example, in machine learning, or the other way around, where you turn numeric values like 0 and 1 into yes and no to be used, for example, in your dashboards to make them more understandable and easier to use. What you can do is you select the recode, and here you can specify a numeric or character variable. Then you select the variable that you want to recode. Next, you go over to the Values tab where you can add records. On the left-hand side is the record you want to encode. And then the new value is what it should be replaced with in the new column. Here, I used the SAS Help Cars dataset and I recoded the origin from the actual continent/country to numeric values. And then I can also specify an output. Here you can specify the name of that recoded variable, and you can also specify if you want to put it into a new data set or you want to add it to your input data set, which both are great tools to optimize your workflow. And then if we run this step, here you can see I've done this. We see our origin Asia 1. If we scroll a bit down to Europe, so super easy to use, super straightforward, but I think something that is of great value to use in your data engineering and also for data scientists workflows. With that, let's switch over and see what the SAS community has published in terms of new articles. First up is a summary and overview article, Data Science and Data Preparation by Gerhard, which is a great resource that has a lot of different articles within it. It's great to go back here from time to time to check out new articles that Gerhard has added to this list, and there's always something helpful and interesting to find. Next up is SAS Viya High Throughput Batch Processing Part 1, Reusable Batch Servers, that dives deep into the ability to specify that your batch server should be reusable, which can considerably speed up your batch processing, especially if you have a lot of small jobs that run in sequence that don't do a lot, so have to wait until the containers are started up. And this is a great way to mitigate that time. And the third article for this month is Training PyTorch Deep Learning Models in Viya, Dealing with Multiple Dimensional Tabular Data, Part 1. Again, a multi-part series that dives deep into how you can build PyTorch models and then use them within your SAS Viya environment using the DL Model Zoo action set. And it's so cool to read this article and dive deep into the capabilities that SAS Viya makes available to you around PyTorch models. And let's take a look at the new custom step contributions of the last month. First up, in the continuation of computer vision steps, we have computer vision load images and merge data with images. Both steps, great utilities to help you accelerate your time to value when it comes to building computer vision models. And finally, a step with the name HTTP request, which helps you to build out HTTP requests in a no-code, low-code fashion to more quickly integrate APIs into your environment. I hope you took something of value from this update. If you did, let me know down in the comments below, and see you next time. Bye bye.